This video is to install Snort and set up IDS system on Windows 7 PC or workstation. To get started, we need to download Snort and get the rules file. You might need to sign up for an account to get the rules file. Otherwise, there's an option there you can download either a official set of rules for registered users, or you can purchase the rules file as well. In accordance to Snort, you also need the WinPack to capture packets as they are going through your network card. I already have downloaded Snort, so we'll go with that. So get started, you'll execute Snort file, agree, make sure you click that one right over there and choose all of those, and you're gonna locate in the C drive. You'll also need the WinPack program to capture packets by Cache Technologies. Gonna run that. I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. Now, a couple of things we will configure in the Snort is if you go to your C drive, Snort folder, etc file, the config file, you're gonna open it with the WordPad and take a look at I'll be capturing it from the network address that I want to protect is 192.168.1.65/24. That's a class C address, IP address with 24-bit MAC address. That's 255.255.255.0. The DNS I will be capturing is 192.168.1.254. That's my DNS IP address. I'll leave all these as same, but if I had a HTTP server that I wanna protect and monitor for intrusion detection, I would put the HTTP server address right over here. Same thing with the SQL, Telnet, and SSH server. You wanna change the rules file to c://rules destination. So change these to the specific address so it knows where it is located in. Pretty much no changes are done here on this set. Now what we're gonna look at is the dynamic processor. A lot of people make a mistake over here. They put a backslash at the end of the dynamic preprocessor, which not gonna recognize. Remember, people, they are looking for the directory where the dynamic processor is located at. That's the Snort directory /_dynamic preprocessor. In here they are looking for the preprocessor engine. That's the DDL file they're looking for. So you want to make sure we change this to DDL instead of .os. That's for a Linux format only. Now we want to capture the packet and retrieve the data. So the TCP dump, you're gonna look at in the output side of it. And that's gonna be, also make sure you change that right over there, the reference config file and the classification config file, and also right over there the ls.ids. You want to add that into your config file to output log TCP ID dump to ls.ids. You need to create that as well. So what I'm going to do here is create one and save it as ls.ids right over there. Now once you have downloaded and configured the config file, the next part, don't want to save it though. Okay, let's take a look at it again, see if I made a mistake. You would need the rules file. I already have the rules file here, yeah, but once you download the rules file, it's gonna be in a zip file. You can extract it. It comes with multiple rules file you can use. I already have it configured here, so just gonna go with that. So cd, gonna go to snort directory bin, then you're gonna run the snort and see if it works okay. -d -t to test, and test mode must be run with snort config file. That's for config only. We're gonna just see if it runs the dump file. So it's running the dump right now. As you can see, it's running the TCP dump right now. And if you do a ping command to google.com, will come up with packets captured most probably. So this tells you how many packets are captured. Now you're gonna run it in IDS mode and test it before we actually do run it. So you're gonna run it in fast alert and present it as it goes through and captures all the packets. We're gonna use Ethernet 2, then use the config file. That's the snort config file that's located in the etc folder, and then we're gonna log those captured packets in the log folder, and then decrypt it in the ASCII format, and then do a test run, see if it works. And it seems like it's running okay, there's no problems. Let's take a look if it gives me any problem. And it successfully has completed that, validating that config file is correct. So you're gonna go ahead and run it and see if it logs any data. So that went through fine. So let's do a ping command and see if it goes and captures my packets when they're sent. And you can see that it's capturing those packets that are sent in the ICMP format. Let's take a look at the log file and see if it logged anything. You can see it logged by the IP address of the myspace.com IP address. And if you open that with Notepad, it's going to show you a decoded and more simpler way to understand it. The ICMP echo reply by the address to my address each time it sends an echo. Another way to test it and is if you go to a site that you know sends a lot of pop-ups. A good one would be maybe a music site or a tone site. Let's do BT Junkie and see what it gives us. So you can see it says potential bad traffic. That's meaning it's potentially bad traffic. It doesn't know until I configure it specifically for my needs. Let's take a look in the log file once again, see what it logged it, and you can see it logs it as sent in by the IP address of the DNS server as it sends a reply in. Now that's configuring the Snort IDS system. Now if you have configured this Snort and want to just run it at a click, what you can do is do a batch file. A batch file would look like this. C is just basic command that is gonna echo when it runs it, and once you run it, it's gonna give you that look and say it's running Snort IDS system by Shelvin, that's me, and the format you want to run in it. I'm running it in the console so I can see what's going on when it captures all the packets, and it's running in IDS mode. It initiated all those and it's loading the IDS, the folders. The warning workflows doesn't really matter until you are capturing those, but it starts to capture right over there and it's ready to go now. So that's in a batch format. This is what it looks like right over here once you configure it, and always when you click on it, it just runs it and goes through. That's running a Snort in IDS format. Any questions, please email me at michael916 at hotmail.com or michael916 at gmail.com.